So I started reviewing running shoes this year, and these are the ones that I have loved so far. And this is my 2026 mid-year running shoe recap. I'm currently focusing on Chinese running shoes as of the moment because they are the ones that are economically sustainable for my channel and my bank account. So it would really help if you'd like, share, comment, and of course subscribe to help support the channel. Also, aside from the shoes that I have finished reviewing, I also feature some of the running shoes that I wore last year. Let's start first with a daily trainer, and this is the Xtep 2000 km 5.0, the regular version. And this is the first running shoe that I have reviewed on this channel, and it is the one that motivated me to start creating more content. This shoe continues to be a part of my shoe rotation even though there have been a lot of new releases, and despite the fact that not everyone loves this shoe. This is an affordable daily trainer, and it is something that I pick up whenever I want that nostalgic traditional daily trainer feel. However, this shoe requires some patience on mid-foot to forefoot strikers as it takes a while to break them in. It took about 15 kilometers for me, but for the others it might be longer or shorter depending on your mechanics and of course your weight. That being said, the moment that you break them in, the cushion becomes livelier and a little bit more responsive. This is a good shoe for mid-foot to forefoot striker and a great shoe for heel strikers and heavier runners. Now, this is something that you'd pick up if you prioritize durability and affordability. Now, I know that I am a little bit late to the party, but at least I arrived, and this is the Xtep 2000 km 5.0 Pro. I am still testing the product, so I cannot give a conclusion yet, but as of the moment, the ceiling of the regular version is where the Pro version begins. The cushion really feels like what you get from the regular version once you've broken them in. They follow a similar storyline, which is something that is good for heel strikers and heavier runners. This shoe really feels like a beefed up version of the regular one. It has better looks, better upper materials, better cushion, and better traction. But there are still a lot to talk about, so stay tuned for the full review. Next up is an all-arounder, and this is the 361 degrees Miro SL. I got this shoe last April, and this is the one that I have been enjoying the most. Actually, I've already filmed a full review for this one, but unfortunately or fortunately, the 361 Miro SL came out, so I decided to hold off and release a comparison video instead. So stay tuned for that one. Now, the Miro SL is a great running shoe for forefoot and midfoot strikers. It is responsive and aggressive enough for fast running, and yet it feels soft enough for easy runs and long runs. The liveliness of this shoe tones down a bit once you've broken them in, but it is still a great all-around experience. It also started to replace one running shoe from my rotation, and that is the Peak Up 30 4.0, and we'll talk about that later on. I'm also glad that they upgraded the upper materials on the Miro SL 1.5. These ones just give you a better and a little bit more stronger and more versatile upper material. So I am excited to test these ones out and make a comparison video. Next is the Peak Up 30 4.0. This was supposed to be my very first running shoe review on my channel, but unfortunately the 5th version of this shoe came out while I was filming. I got this shoe last year, and this was my go-to choice whenever I don't know which shoe to pick. The cushion is versatile. It also features a nylon plate that is just there for support. The foam is soft but not mushy, and it also has some rebound back. I mainly use this for long runs, and it handles everything up until 4 minutes per kilometer pace. If there are things that I didn't like about this shoe is the upper materials. Deep use overlays on the tongue really just annoys me because it always causes some irritation and some pinching whenever I tighten the laces up. Also, the fit is very weird and it's incorrect. This is US size 9, but this feels like a US size 9.5 or 8.10. But either way, this is a wide foot friendly shoe, so I feel like I could have gone down half a size. For wide footers, you can go through the size in this one. And last but not the least is the traction. This shoe still features the traditional rubber outsole in comparison to its competitors that feature CPU outsole even on their entry-level running shoes. But I guess the main selling point of this shoe is the cushion, and yeah, it does feel great, and it also doesn't have any strobel bird, so you're actually stepping above the midsole. Now for my speed sessions, I use the Qiaodan Fast 4.0. I used to use the 361 Flame 4 and the Anta 026, but those are retired. I wanted to try something different and pick a budget running shoe for my fast-paced run, and surprisingly, it held up pretty much well. However, I can only use this for short interval sessions such as 200, 400, 600, and 800 meter repeats because the cushion just feels too stiff. However, for heel strikers, it's a different story. You might be able to use this for daily runs because the plate doesn't really exist at the heel. However, for forefoot to midfoot strikers like me, this is reserved for your fast-paced sessions. It is responsive enough and most importantly is stable enough thanks to the 3/4 nylon plate at the middle to the forefoot. Next is my race day shoe, and this is the Qiaodan Feiying PB 6.0. I haven't made a full review of this one, but they are underrated. It features a dual density TPEE foam. The stability and the torsional support is actually great for a race day shoe. The traction is also durable and the cushion is solid enough for you to use this as your speed session shoe. This shoe doesn't have an aggressive rocker. Instead, it has a suspended carbon plate and a dual density foam setup. The performance benefits here comes from the energy return that happens during the loading phase to the push-up phase. It relies heavily on the raw speed of the runner, unlike shoes with aggressive rockers that relies heavily on quick transition. This is a great shoe for midfoot to forefoot strikers that relies on their stride length over their cadence. Yeah, so these are the ones that didn't make it to the list, and this is the Anta G21-4. This is a very mid shoe. I felt like a lot of people has forgotten this, but at the end of the day, this is a great shoe for beginners. It just really didn't have the wow factor that the other shoes have. Also, I do think the Anta C202 Zone 2 series would be the brand's main line when it comes to daily trainer. Another one is the Qiaodan TG 1.0. Because of the newer releases, this shoe felt redundant and I don't feel like I have the need to use it anymore, especially considering the stability issues that these have on faster paces. But at the end of the day, this is still a great shoe for beginners or runners that are on a budget, and it's still a great pick up if you're just starting your running shoe rotation. Also, the price here is very competitive and you can actually get this for around 2,000 pesos, and sometimes it's a bit lower. So this is still a great shoe and a great alternative if you don't want the stiff or dense cushion of the Xtep 2000 km 5.0. Another one is the Anta C2026, which is something that I retired. This is my other race day shoe slash speed trainer aside from the 361 Flame 4 last year, but now I have retired this because the cushion is just dead. I can't really feel anything on the forefoot and even on the heel. Right now it's just, I don't know, a casual shoe instead. I haven't used this for quite a while because the cushion is dead. Now that's it for my 2026 mid-year running shoe rotation recap. Let me know if you have some questions, suggestions, or are there other running shoes that you want me to test? Just comment down below.